Good Monday morning, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in to Gulf Coast Weather Solutions this Monday morning. This is all sponsored by HB Neal Construction. You look at the Tamco Live Doppler radar, we still have some light showers, mainly just some drizzle that's pushing on from the I-10 corridor along the coastal areas. We have a little bit in towards the Livingston, Jasper, the Lakes region, but a lot of this will kind of mix out later this morning. By this afternoon, we are transitioning into a summer June-like pattern, what we should see very isolated chance for a shower or a storm. Big thing is we're going to see less clouds, which starts warming us up mostly into the upper 80s to low 90s. You can see from Victoria to Houston along the coastal regions, we've got the light showers, light drizzle along the region. You can see some severe thunderstorms going on in parts of the Plains region. That's where that yellow severe thunderstorm watch is. Had some nasty weather in parts of North Dakota and South Dakota yesterday, but nothing going on really here this morning. Severe weather-wise, it's mostly just some light drizzle. And again, we're kind of transitioning into a pretty mostly dry pattern. You can see, you look over there in parts of central Texas, that's where that dry air is slowly starting making its way here. It's not going to kick out humidity. I don't want to really make that. I'm just showing that the high levels of moisture, with the moisture content with the drizzle and light showers is mostly across the southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana corridor. Once this kind of line of clouds kind of moves through, we're going to start transitioning into very isolated coverage for rain this afternoon and really the next couple of days. Look at the current temperatures that we're seeing. I mean, it is a pretty warm morning. It's already into the 80s this morning, upper 70s far up towards the north. You got Sabine Pass already into the low to mid 80s. It is a warm, muggy, humid morning, but that's what we typically feel this time of year in June, thanks to our sponsor of Neutron Electrical Services. This type of overnight lows is the reason that the air conditioners definitely work overtime all night long, and we're going to be seeing that really the next couple of days. Very warm nights every single night up really the next 5 to 7 days. Here's our outdoor and construction forecast for today. So it's mostly cloudy right now with a chance for some light drizzle. We've seen that coverage on radar. By the time we get into the late morning, it's going to stay mostly cloudy, just 10 to 20% coverage for an isolated shower at best. If we're looking for that 30% coverage, that's probably going to be further towards the north, towards College Station, Navastota, and Huntsville. We'll show that here in a second, but just wanted to give a little bit of a preview of what we're expecting for today. A much bigger difference what we saw last week, which was very, very wet, thanks to our sponsor of Modern Concrete Material. So we can see again some light drizzle along the I-10 corridor down towards the coast for Houston, Galveston, League City, all the way to Beaumont and Lake Charles. The chance for light drizzle to showers is there. Coverage not very high. By the time we get late morning, we're going to see some of these showers and some isolated storms possible for areas like Woodville, or Woodlands, Conroe, Livingston, Woodville, into the Jasper region. And that will continue spreading northward, really staying out of the Golden Triangle of the I-10 corridor region. Again, by late morning into the early afternoon, we are mostly dry, just a chance for some light drizzle at best. Chance for any downpours or storms are going to be well towards the north. Huntsville, Livingston, Woodville, Jasper, you might get a little bit of that 20 to possibly 30% coverage. Houston, Beaumont, Lake Charles, we're staying mostly dry with that 20% coverage. Just a chance for some light showers, mostly this morning. And then by this afternoon, we are transitioning into a summer pattern, thanks to our sponsor of Switch Electric. Last week, we had lots of high levels of atmospheric moisture. This week, we've got a little bit, but we're really kind of mixing a lot of that out. By the time we get into this evening, and you can see Tuesday and Wednesday, sure, we've got a little bit of moisture there. It's just in a large blanket like we saw the last week. So you will still see a chance for some isolated shower, an isolated downpour, an isolated storm, 10 to 20% coverage at best, really the next couple of days or really this whole week. So mostly dry conditions. We still have a little bit of moisture to help give us a summer storm in the afternoon hours. You get the heat of the day, you get the moisture, and you can get this isolated storm. Once we get to the end of the week, mostly into this weekend, we see another round of deeper moisture pushing in, likely going to be moving into parts of Mexico and South Texas, but some of this moisture will still sling into southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana. So this weekend, we should see at least 20 to possibly 30% coverage for some showers and possibly a couple isolated storms, and we'll see how much of that lingers into the weekend on Saturday into Sunday as well too. So just want to show the rainfall outlook. Very isolated this week. We have the showers really this morning, and then by this afternoon, it's going to be very isolated, better coverage further to the north. And then the rest of the week, it's just going to be 10 to 20% coverage by this weekend. Deeper moisture tries to push into the region, a lot more into South Texas and into Mexico. So this will introduce a little bit better coverage, at least to around 30% coverage, sponsored by Do Good Credit Union. This afternoon, and really the next couple of days, it's going to continue getting warmer, less rain coverage, less cloud cover. So we're going to get warmer. Upper 80s to low 90s. This means our heat index will start approaching the triple digit, at least the upper 90s to around 100 to 102 degrees, the heat index value. So definitely take some breaks. Stay cool as much as possible. 20% coverage this afternoon all across the board, thanks to our sponsor of Silsby Ford. And this brings us to our heat index by Switch Electric. Those air conditioners are going to be working overtime, not only all day today, but even tonight. But here we are with our heat index this afternoon. Again, upper 90s to some areas getting into the triple digits, but it'll continue to get warmer the next couple of days, or at least throughout the week. And then overnight tonight, warm, muggy, and humid. Temperatures all across the board into the 70s, down towards the coast, staying into the 80s. Here's our 7-day forecast for Southeast Texas. It's no longer soggy and wet. We're getting into that June-like pattern. You still have a chance for rain every day this week, but the coverage is very limited. By this weekend, we get a little bit better rain coverage because we see some deeper moisture moving in. But notice we warm up a little bit, staying into the low 90s. Those overnight lows get warmer really by the middle to end of the week, especially by this weekend. Same thing for Southwest Louisiana. We're no longer in that soggy pattern. We're getting into that June-like pattern. Just the heat of the day can give us these isolated storms in the afternoon hours. And then by this weekend, we start seeing some moisture start moving in. So we might start seeing a little bit better rain coverage this weekend, but still shouldn't really disrupt too much this weekend. To sum it up, getting into a summer pattern, which it is summer. It's June. Temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s. Wonderful time to go download the free Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app. Thank y'all so much for tuning into the Monday morning show. I will see y'all later this afternoon, this evening, for our Monday evening update. Some exciting news. Lucas is moving to the Conroe and Woodlands area today, or really tomorrow, the next couple of days. So I will be filling in for his update this afternoon and evening. So everybody give a shout out for Lucas for moving off to the Conroe area. And this means that Gulf Coast Weather Solutions will continue to keep expanding its coverage, which we already do, the Conroe region, but we want to kind of continue expanding out towards that way as well too. So everybody give a shout out to Lucas. Tell him safe travels and a safe move. Y'all have a wonderful Monday. Thanks for tuning in. I will see y'all later this afternoon into the evening. Stay dry if you can, or actually stay warm or stay cool. Goodness, we need another cup of coffee. Stay cool. It's not going to be a wet one. I'm used to the stay dry because of last week. Y'all have a good Monday.
Gulf Coast Weather Solutions is sponsored by
At Gulf Coast Weather Solutions, we focus on delivering reliable weather forecasts. Our new app provides reliable weather updates and alerts no matter where you are. With real-time weather alerts and warnings, you can stay informed and prepared wherever you go. Download the Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app today on the App Store and Google Play and stay connected no matter where you are.